Maintain low tones with me. Maintain low tones.
Defended it in his hometown. Now y'all telling me he's still not the 100% A-side. Somehow, old-ass Loma with no belts, no mandatory status, somehow, you negative people are finding a way to tell me that he got some sort of leverage over the undisputed champ that went to the enemy territory 2 times. Well, god damn. Now I see why they say he in Murderer's Row. Let's see, has he had a tune-up?
Hell no.
Who was it? Was it Linares, then JoJo?
Yep.
And then who?
Cambosos.
And then who?
Cambosos.
And now Vasil Lomachenko?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see them. They want to take the belts from him. They want to take the belts from him. This is like a setup to lose.
Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to BodyWorkBoxing. Man, it's something that gotta be done, man. And we gotta stop being these hindsight is 2020 looking asses. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop this bullshit, man. We gotta grab the bull by the horns, man, and we gotta stop being reactive. We gotta be more proactive. Listen. I don't care if you are a Devin Haney fan. I don't care if you're a supporter of DHP. But what we're not going to do in this present day and time is act like we don't see what's going on and we have not been around to see what's taking place. First of all, when it comes up to Loma, we're glad that he's finally getting a name. You know, at this date and time, we don't know which Loma we're going to get. And a lot of the influencers, you know, the sensitive ass influencers who put out these narratives and create these little clone babies who run around regurgitating all these stale, dumbass, hypocritical talking points need to be checked. Devin Haney is not going through Murderer's Row. That's a lie. In one breath, you can't sit up here and call Loma old ass and then turn around and say that this man is going through Murderer's Row. And I've been on his ass for a long time with this bullshit and this narrative. Yes, we understand the young man and his father is aspiring to be great. But a lot of the shenanigans that we're actually supporting and how these conversations and any kind of rebuttals to any kind of talking points that people have is getting ridiculous. This is shenanigans at its finest. Loma looks like food. 2 years ago, he was old and small. Fast forward 2 years, this porridge looks just right. But Shakur is too hot. And every other word is Tank Davis. Why do y'all always stay with Tank Davis' name in your mouth? Tired of all this. Every time Devin Haney and DHP is in the chair to be the A side, they act like they're the B side. Oh, we waiting. We never heard. We never did this. You're not the A side to Tank Davis. That's the only one. Everybody else, you're the A side. Everybody else, you have all this power, but then you yield to Bob Arum whenever it benefits you to make it look like or make it sound good, just like Bob is not clearing a fight with Shakur. Since when did Bob happen? So now you are hearing the Bob, and I've been telling you this whole time that Devin Haney is Bob's new bud. And I get a lot of stuff. Now it's this Muslim stuff. It's a guy called the Muslim boxer. He's not using his religion, which has no place in boxing, as a guise to make moves. This whole I'm a Muslim and I wonder, oh, that's all I be thinking about is Tupac. Oh, you a Muslim now. Funny how things change. I've never seen you in a hijab. You don't live the lifestyle and nobody's judging you. But this shenanigans about why this fight need to take place over there in Saudi, you know, all this bag talk and bigger bag and you want Loma to make concessions, be happy that people are actually okay with you fighting this old ass Loma, this questionable Loma. And you didn't go through murderer's road. You fought Gamboa coming off a knockout to Tank. You never knocked him down. You complained about him holding. Then you fought Linares, old man Linares. What's the age gap? What's the age difference? What's the tail of the tape? I would think, I don't even know if you had, okay, maybe when it came to Linares, you might have had the reach advantage. He might have had the height. But every fighter you fought, you had the height, the reach, and the youth age advantage over everybody you fought. So you fought Linares. Never dropped him. Couldn't put him out there. Then you fought JoJo, who went the distance and got a decision over Fortuna, who Ryan went on to stop Fortuna. Never dropped him. Didn't put him out his misery. The fight was forgettable. It put people to sleep. Then you fought Kambosos, who shocked the world when he actually beat T.O., because I think in 9 times out of 10, he couldn't do that again. I'm sorry, it was a bad night, but we don't make excuses for T.O. T.O. lost. He went in there with the wrong game plan. And Kambosos was up for it. You fought him twice. So Gamboa, Linares, JoJo, Kambosos twice, and this old ass Loma, it's not murderer's road. And it's not gonna be until you get put on your ass, or you suffer a loss, or somebody knock you the fuck out before everybody starts saying and doing what they're doing now. All this hindsight stuff, well, in real time, just like Canelo, all that bullshit Canelo was doing, in real time, nobody was talking about it. I was one of the only ones to say, oh man, this dude ain't daring to be great. He's daring to be great. He ain't cherry picking, he's in a great vineyard, trying to make things and make these moves and pick people trying to age like fine wine. And now it's catching up. Now people who in real time were defending his ass in hindsight are, oh, we not happy with the decisions he's making. This is the same thing with Devin Haney. It's the same thing with Bud. These guys, this is why all these guys are in my age well games. Canelo, Bud, and Devin. Because in real time, everybody always sticking up for him, making excuses for all these moves. And then watch, in hindsight, you're going to be saying, oh man, could he, should he, could he, would he, you know what I'm saying? It's just getting ridiculous, and we gotta call the BS when we see it, man. It's just getting out of hand. Now, let's not act like the real reason why the Lord Devin Haney is wanting to fight in Saudi Arabia is because of numbers. It's just like Earl Spence when he talked about Sean Porter. He said he could not sell out a chicken dinner at a family reunion. It's the same thing with Devin. It's the same thing with Devin. And even right now, he has no real numbers. He's at the mercy of having to ingratiate the appetites of these people over in Saudi who will pay big money for spectacle type fights. That's the only reason why it's going on over there. And if you look at it, Devin Haney still has no real, legitimate, estimatable numbers that are in his favor. The last 2 fights was over in Australia. Yeah, you give him credit because he took part of the fight, the first fight in Australia when it was like 50 people. But that was 50 Australians buying an event for Undisputed. It didn't matter. As long as it was an Australian and an opponent on the other end and it was titled Undisputed, 50,000 people was going to show up. They did not show up for Devin Haney. And the proof is in the pudding because the second time when they went back, it was barely even 15,000 people over there. Fast forward, let's rewind back to JoJo. When he fought JoJo, he was actually getting booed. He did not sell that venue out, and that was in his own backyard. He has not sold any tickets. Plus, you gotta imagine, he was actually on DAZN. So when everybody was saying, oh, Ryan don't have these real numbers, we know at the gate he can do things because of how they, price the tickets and how many available and all this, but he has a real quantifiable, measurable amount of money that he's bringing to the gate. Devin does not have that. Even Shakur's starting to have numbers where you can quantify how much he's doing at the gate, selling out at home, getting his own people. Devin does not have that. It's a bunch of smoke and mirrors hiding behind these belts. And the big elephant in the room is the zone price hike. Why do you think that the zone price hike has come up? Why do you think that I know it says on mine, on the 24th, my DAZN subscription is going to go up to $29. Why? We got to sit there and look at who are the culprits. Canelo, Triple G, and the Lord Devin Haney. Those are the people who actually made these price hikes onto DAZN. Because it was at a time when they were paying Canelo whatever he wanted to duck and dodge and make it look better than offers that he had on the table, a la the 2-fight deal versus the 3-fight deal when he skipped over PBC fighting Benavidez and Charlo or Spence to go for Bivol, Triple G, and John Ryder. Let's be honest. So when he robbed the bank over there on DAZN, that's part of the reason. When Triple G got so much money and stock in DAZN, that was another reason. And when Devin was getting paid way more money than what he should have been getting, and I'm not knocking, it's not the fact that he got the bag. We salute the young man. We salute the father and the son, the entrepreneurs, the ones who came in independent and, however they wanted to do it and signed up and got to the bag. We don't knock that. But the reality of the matter is he got overpaid because what he actually got paid does not dictate or warrant or justify by the number of butts that he puts in seats to warrant that price. A la what just happened to Bud over there at BOK Prime. It's the same thing. So the culprit was Canelo, Triple G, and Devin Haney. And if you look at it, Eddie Hearn and DAZN on them, they reshot an azimuth and they are approaching things totally different. Why? Because it was at a point in time when they was giving out too much money. And everybody in hindsight want to say, oh, ha, 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 DAZN lost $6 billion. Ha, ha, ha. Well, how did they lose it? By overpaying these fighters and making them fight competition that people really didn't want to see. There is no demand. There's a demand for Devin Haney to fight Shakur. There's a demand for Devin Haney to fight Tank. There's a demand for Devin Haney to fight Regis Prograis or anybody up at 140. But we act like we don't realize that, and we say that this man has fought Murderer's Row. We're not going to sit up here and rewrite history. And all this bullshit where Tank is coming out your mouth every other day, Tank is like, he's not with the bullshit. He like, go ahead and make a name on your own. And the other sad reality is, maybe those belts at 135 are cursed. At first, I didn't believe it. But when T.O. beat Loma and he lost his damn mind, I was one of the ones saying, oh, no, this and this and that. So he lost his mind. You know what I'm saying? He really lost his mind. Then he lost to Kambosos. When Kambosos got the belts, I'm like, oh, man, he surprised me with the effort he put up against T.O. Nobody saw that coming. Everybody had T.O. knocking Kambosos out. He surprised me. He shocked the world. I'm like, oh, okay. Then he get to run around with the belts. He lost his damn mind. Now we think it's any different. Now that Devin Haney been running around with these belts. 1 minute he going to 140. 1 minute I can't stay at 135. Make up your damn mind. And it's crazy that y'all are running from Shakur like the Black Plague and then acting like you want Tank when it's all talk. You want food. And I never heard so many BS boxing channels talk about, oh, he deserve a victory lap. A victory lap for beating Kambosos twice? And the only reason why he wants to fight over there in Saudi Arabia is because he has no quantifiable numbers. They don't even know what to pay him or what to give him because they don't even know how many people are going to show up wherever he book a fight at in the United States to warrant the numbers that he's going to get or the contract that he's going to get. Let's cut it out. Let's cut it out, man. It's getting ridiculous, man. And in hindsight, when he get his ass knocked out or sat down on his back pockets, everybody gonna be like, well, the proof is in the pudding. If you look at his resume, no, look at his resume now. This Murderer's Row stuff and all this whatever, how much they paying you, it ain't gonna be worth the egg that you gonna have on your face when you had to go before the congregation and admit that you was lying and bullshitting and doing all this stupid shit that y'all doing and saying for likes, clicks, and views. It's not gonna add up. Come on with the jokes. These men are big cap. You need to be real with your favorite fighter and say, look, man, Loma, shut the fuck up, fight Loma, get it on with, stop him, or do something remarkable to him to make us remember it. Because I don't know how much credit, I keep asking this, how much credit are we going to give Devin for beating Lomachenko when T.O. already did it? Salido already did it. Nobody beat Shakur yet. Nobody beat Tank yet. One of the, like Sabril Matias, Regis Prograis, Gary Antoine Russell, Richardson Hitchens. Fight somebody. But it don't warrant all this stuff. And now you a Muslim boxer you need to be ashamed of yourself trying to use your religion as a ploy to not fight in the States, to not, show your worth when it comes to fighting somebody in the States. Selling out. Somebody viable competitively. Because if he stops Loma, I give him all the credit in the world. But at this point, he's not going to get no world beater trophy for beating Lomachenko at this point in time. He's not going to do it. That's really all I got, man. But we're going to stop all the BS, man. We're going to stop all this smoke and mirrors and condoning and then shaming people for actually calling out the reality of the matter. Nobody's hating on the father and son. Nobody black is hating on nobody else black because a black man is getting to the bag. What we're saying is, let's be realistic and stop using your religion. Stop it. It's not right to people who really dedicate themselves as such, as Muslim. Like Baturbiev. He's known to be a Muslim. The other guy over in MMA, Nuremberg, whatever, the best one who actually retired, they know him to be Muslims. They don't use that stuff just to garner praise and attention to try to get fights and act like you just this dedicated Muslim, because you're not that. It's ridiculous, man. It's getting out of control. And your fanboys, your OnlyFans, they need to check you, man. It's too many yes men. You can take it as hate if you want to, but somebody gotta say it, and it's getting out of control. That's it, that's all. BodyWork.